Yes, we're live. Let's talk about how do you ensure that you get repeat opportunities. Is it me or is it dark? Let me know. So come into the room, Dreamcatcher room. Come into the room, hey, the Dreamcatcher room. Let's talk about how do you get repeat opportunities. Let me know, one, is this video a little dark? I'm gonna try to keep it classy so we can share the replay. So this week alone, my inbox has had 6-figure opportunities, 7-figure opportunities, national media opportunities. Just today, I think it was maybe 3 today, and some of the ones that you're like, what? The reason why you see my faces got a little beat to it is because I taped a huge campaign for one of the biggest media platforms literally in the world. They get like tens of millions of views on their media shares. I'll just say it that way. I taped a 2-day taping, and I was thinking to myself, like, yo, literally, you know what it feels like right now? And I'm not saying this to brag, because this is the lesson I'm trying to teach, is how do these opportunities keep coming? Because they weren't always here for me. It feels like I love chocolate chip cookies. I love chocolate chip cookies. The soft kind, the home baked kind, not Chips Ahoy, no shade, but shade to Chips Ahoy, right? It feels like I love chocolate chip cookies, and 100, 200, 300 people know that I love chocolate chip cookies and have mailed them to me all within the same week. So overwhelming in some ways, but also delicious, right? And so I just wanted to figure, so how do you attract amazing opportunities to you over and over and over again? That's what I want to talk about today. So here's how. So I'll give you an example of today. So today I taped, like I said, this big campaign. It was day 2 because of COVID. Normally they would have sent a whole production company, somebody to do sound, lighting, picture, all the stuff. So instead they had to mail me like the camera, the this, the that. They mailed it to me. And so for a good half an hour to 45 minutes, they're like instructing me via Zoom of how to set things up or whatever. Now, normally you're just the talent. You just sit, you say your lines, and that's it. But after we finished wrapping tape on our second day, the client was like, girl, you are like the best. I feel like you're like my best friend now. And then the company that hired me, because typically when you work with the client, meaning let's just say it's a bank that wants to hire you, right? They usually will work with like a PR company. So that's the company that actually finds you and hires you. They were like, thank you so much for your grace and your ease and your upbeat personality, despite the fact that we had you doing things that you've never done before. I had to do my own lighting, although I do that for y'all. Like I had to do my own lighting. I had to do the recording. It was a lot. Literally, I was moving things. Like I'm in my house, but we were like, because we taped here. Well, I was here. They weren't here, but I'm moving tables and chairs and this and that and to the side and to the left. And it was a lot, and she was like, thank you so much for your grace, And in between, we get so I taped yesterday 2 shows or 2 segments. I don't even know what they're calling them. Like 2 yesterday, 2 today. And in between, I have like an hour break. Got an email from a large media platform. Was like, oh my God, I'm wrapping up the story on credit. I would love to be able to, ask you some questions. So on my break, picked up the phone. Hey girl, credit, boom, 15 minutes. And then bing, bing, bing. Oh my God, good. The story actually goes live this afternoon. Bam. She was like, you know what she said? The woman who I had the interview with, she said, I knew you were going to come through as you always do. Are you doing that? If you're wanting to cultivate amazing opportunities in your life, are you showing up with grace under fire when things, people ask you to do things that maybe you're like, ooh, are you going above and beyond? Are you a go-to? Oh, thanks, Mandy. She said that dining room. Are you a go-to? And what I can't even describe to you some of the things that are happening right now. It honestly feels surreal. And I'm like, how? How? And all I can see and say as far as the feedback that I've gotten from folks is that how you show up. Professional, obviously, but not just professional. Are you kind? That actually means a lot. Like every time I'm interviewed by someone, I almost always give them a little bit of coaching because money's a little scary. So we'll be talking and then they might say something offhand like, oh, girl, I know because me and my husband. And I'm like, well, stop for a minute. So what's happening there? Well, have you tried that resource? And you could do this. And you know what? If you need this, and here's a free book. And every time I get interviewed, almost always someone is struggling in some way. And we stop for a moment and I teach them personally. And then we get back to the interview. And then you know what happens? This has happened with Cosmo, InStyle, GQ. Girl, oh my God, that was you my go-to girl whenever I need something. These big, because what you find out is it's not the big networks. It's not the big media outlets. It's not the banks. These are people. Are you being kind to people? Because what I've learned is that this person who's a writer for GQ might be a freelancer that also writes for Cosmo, that also writes for the New Yorker. These are places I've been in the last month. That also, this person who writes for the New York Times might also write for the Wall Street Journal. These are places I've been in the last few months, right? And so it's like I think people underestimate the power of kindness, and grace. And even everybody is tired or, people that, sometimes things are hard, but how do you show up? Do you make it difficult for people? Because it's so easy to be like, I don't even get paid for all that. I don't even get, I could have said that today and like, what? I mean, how many times I drag this chair, and then upstairs, and then keep trying this outfit. Let me see the outfit. All day today and all the time. Tiffany, I'm so sorry. I'm like, girl, don't even worry about it. Okay, let's do this video shoot. We had such a good time today. And so not like a fake good time, but a real good time. Because I thought to myself, this is a blessing. I get paid good money for you guys to showcase me on one of the largest media platforms in the world. What I got to complain for, And so I just want you to understand that, that's the energy you put out is the energy you get back. And if you're wanting amazing opportunities to come, to stick, and to reoccur, the magic sauce is grace and kindness. Yes, professionalism. We know that. Do the work. Yeah. But ultimately, people like to work with people that they like. I mean, a day doesn't go by that somebody doesn't hit me in the inbox for media, major media. Like today, literally, not a network, a huge morning show that we all know. 2 different producers hit me up. I was like, oh, I like you on a segment. I was like, is this the same segment as such and such? Well, she asked you. I said, well, I can do both. They're like, girl, you can't be on back to back. I'm like, why? But can you imagine? I was like, wow. But why? Grace and kindness, grace and kindness, grace and kindness. Because word gets out, good or bad. Word gets out, good or bad. So yeah, yes, energy is everything. I just wanted to share that with you guys. That I didn't have to leave home. It was awesome. I mean, it's easy to identify what's not going right, but I challenge you to be grateful for what it is. One of the things, one of the practices I do every day, because I have a lot, I know. See, I've got a lot of windows. You want a little tour? Wait, how do I do that? Let me turn it around. Okay. So this is my messy pantry. To the right. Meanwhile, my kitchen is a mess too. My husband, why? Meanwhile, my stepdaughter, why? I said, do the dishes. This is her doing the dishes. So this is the kitchen. Okay. And so this is the dining room. Okay. It's a little bit messy because literally, like I said, I taped today and they gave me, this is all the production stuff they gave me. This is the living room. So I forgot what I was meant to say. Daggone it. What was I coming over here for? Oh, so every morning, I know what I was going to say. So every morning, one of the things I do, I come down the stairs. So this is so I come down the stairs and I go floor by floor because my husband and I are master suites on the 3rd floor. So I go floor by floor and I open all of the windows because we have really beautiful light. So this is the front door. So I open all the windows, and as I open the windows and let the light in, that's literally what I do, literally and figuratively. I let the light in and I give thanks. I open the windows and I think to myself, the sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. So I usually, like I said, I open down here first, then here, then here, then here. And every window that I open, I think to myself, what a blessing it is to be alive. What a blessing it is for the sun to be shining. And then I come this way and I loop around and I think to myself, what a blessing it is to live in this beautiful home. What a blessing it is to have my family and friends. So to me, if you're wanting good, I know it sounds like all like, you know, Dr. Philly. That's my backyard. If you're wanting good, you have to generate good internally, you know? People can feel and see that. They're like, yeah, that's it. Like, yeah, if you're wanting good, then you have to be the good. You know, if you're wanting grace and kindness, if you're wanting opportunities, you know, you generate that internally. People can feel that. People are going to want to be around. People are going to want to see you win. I mean, I always ask when someone reaches out to me, you know, how did you find me? And it's always through someone else saying, oh, my girlfriend said that you were like amazing. My sister said that you were she just loves you. You know, are you putting that kind of energy out there into the world where people speak about you in that way? You know, and if you're not, rethink that. I know there's a lot to be, like I said, upset about, but every morning as I open these windows, it's my opportunity to reset and let the light in. How will you let the light in? Okay. That's it. I just wanted to let you know. Share that. Okay, bye. I hope you have an awesome, awesome, awesome day. Bye.